You can access Volition online at volition.tools using any device that can connect to the internet, and it's free to use. You log on using an email address, but not a password, because passwords are hard. And we're also working towards a future where you don't need an email address either. In this demonstration, we're using some characters that you are probably familiar with. Each Volition user has a role as either a decision maker or a supporter, or they could be both. Decision makers and supporters work together in a circle of support to create and manage records of preference. Since Volition is owned and controlled by the decision maker, they choose who they connect with in their circle of support. When using Volition for free, there is a limit of connecting with only up to 3 supporters, but you can pay to upgrade to Premium to have unlimited support connections. A provider agency can also be invited into a circle of support, which gives that agency access to view and contribute to the Volition dataset of the people that they support. We're working to build a provider portal so that providers can see this information across their entire service, and to build custom integrations that are even more convenient because they display the Volition data in the databases that the providers are already using and familiar with. The decision makers' preferences are saved in their preference library and organized by categories. We've got a bunch of categories built in to help you get started, but you can also create your own categories to organize your preferences in the way that makes sense to you. You can save one preference in multiple different categories, so a preference about coffee could be saved as part of a morning routine and also connected with a specific place. The benefit of this becomes obvious when it comes to sharing your preferences with others that are outside of your circle of support. This might be sharing with your GP, an extended family member, a respite support worker, or even an Airbnb host. You don't need to share your entire Volition. You can share just a category that is relevant, or even just one specific preference. Sharing is made easy by sending a secure web link or by generating a QR code. QR codes are particularly helpful if you're physically with a person, or if you want to print it out and put it on a file or on a bedroom door. The person that follows the secure web link or QR code sees only what has been shared with them and nothing more. Creating a preference is quick and easy. You give your preference a name, a feeling, and a description, choose who in the circle of support should be able to access it, and how often it should be reviewed to make sure it is still accurate. Then, you add it to one or more categories to keep things organized. You can add photos, videos, audio, or files to a preference, and you can add notes and additional information over time. Transparency and accountability is super important, so each preference also has a log of what activity has happened, when it happened, and who did it. There's also a history of activity across the entire app, which you can find in the menu. In the preference library, you can search for a specific preference and sort preferences by how the decision maker feels about it, who created it, when it is due to be renewed, and a number of other attributes. Volition is a tool for decision makers to explore and capture what is important to them, but it is also a tool for supporters to contribute their insights. They can do this by starting a support session for a decision maker that they're connected with. Once a support session is started, the supporter can see all of that decision maker's preferences. They can add their own observations and create preferences for that person, and they can help to manage their circle of support. When they are done, they leave the support session and return back to their own Volition. In the menu, you can seek help, give feedback, or upgrade your subscription at any time. We are on a mission to empower everyone to be a decision maker in their own life. We're early in our journey, and we know that there is a lot we can do to make Volition better and easier to use. We've also got lots of ideas for the next features we can add to Volition, and we'd love to get your feedback to make sure that we're on the right track.